Hey there, ladies and gents. We have the brand new Transformers Rise of the Combiners box here, and we're going to be cracking it open, getting a chance to have a little look at what's inside here at Magic Madhouse. We will have plenty of this available in our shop. Do come along and see us, but in the meantime, if you haven't got a chance to come and see us, we're going to have a look at the new set. It literally came out today, and we're going to get a chance to see, well, exactly what's inside. How are you feeling about that, Gav?
I just want to play with this Grimlock and potentially a cardboard form of Grimlock very shortly.
Well, there is a cardboard form of Grimlock in this set, right?
Right?
I think so.
That's all we want.
We're just going to be opening exactly one booster pack, one booster box rather, which is how many packs?
I believe
36.
It's 30. We should have researched.
We really should have researched this. We've done no preparation at all thus far beyond getting very excited.
It's going to be 30, yeah.
30 packs, so 15 each. We will have our special little top-down view. We're going to start off by looking at just the Transformers that we open the packs, and then we're going to start looking at battle cards. Do you want to go first?
Oh, yeah, I've already opened it, so
Of course you
yes.
have. Great. All right, I'm going to prep and ready the old
Hello.
Transformer
Some kind
cam.
of double-sided thing.
So, hopefully this will all be lovely and visible on screen here. Might need to make some little adjustments. We've got Mirage. I'm going to just make sure that we can see Mirage really nicely. 1 second.
I'm just opening more things.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah. I might fiddle with Grimlock.
Yeah, there we go. It's Mirage. There he is. So he's got Pierce 2 when he's a robot. Sorry, when he's a car. And when he's not a car, when he's in your KO area and you flip to this mode, look at your opponent's hand and scrap an action from it.
Sorry.
So our first combiner, we're probably going to get a fair few combiners, I would guess.
Well, we'd hope.
Yeah, otherwise they're not really rising. They're just sort of, you know, a boot.
I do believe that I've got what I think is one of the best battle cards in this set.
Boom. Mounted missiles.
I had it cost a star, but look at it.
It costs a star, but plus £2 no matter which way you slice it. We like that one quite a bit. We're not going to go too deep on the battle cards just yet, because there's a lot of Transformers to think about first. But clearly we got a little excited. These things happen. So, next up, my first pack. It is Off-Road, another combiner. Now these combiners, you can kind of see that on one side you've got both halves of the Transformer itself. They've got a little bend in them. You can kind of see that. And on the other side we can see that we've got just one part of the big combiner boy. We will get there on the combination front soon enough.
It's quite satisfying, actually.
They're really well scored. So sort of it's the sort of thing that I had worried that they'd feel quite flimsy almost. And while the bend is sort of naturally in there, maybe it's actually better on this camera if you can kind of see it like that. The bend is just naturally built in, so folding it fully in half is easy as. They feel pretty solid still, which is good, because that was definitely, you know, anytime you've got cards in packs that are already scored, it's a little bit of a concern, but so far seems all right.
This is 3 for 3 on combiners.
They have definitely risen. There we go. There's Ironhide. Let's see if we can get him on camera for you. So he's bold on one side. On the other side, is that our second one of the Sentinels?
Yep, that is.
All right, we're 2 out of 5 of the Sentinels already. I've got my first non-combiner.
Oh.
I've got Grapple. So Grapple on he's 12 star on his straightforward Autobot Architect mode. Let's get him on screen for you there. So when you flip into this mode, you can discard your hand. If you do, and those cards have battle icons, exactly 4 different colours, deal 4 damage to the enemy. So that's
we have 4 colours now.
Yeah, because there's now the additional. Is it green? The extra colour?
We've got green.
I'm not good with colours, guys. That's the only reason I'm asking. I'm not a dummy. I just can't see properly. On the other side of Grapple.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough card for you. The blue-green one's going to.
Yeah, no idea. Massively colourblind. When this battles and you flip battle icons of exactly 4 colours, gets +4/+4. So 8 attack, or indeed 4 defence. So Grapple, he's a bit of a monster, and he's what rarity is that one? Just an uncommon. So every likelihood that we're going to see plenty of him as we go through.
Hello,
off we got.
More combiners. Motor Master.
Motor Master.
The middle of Menasor.
Yes. I had this one as a kid.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think I only had 2 of his limbs, though.
Yeah, I didn't have the full set, but I felt like I had the important one, you know, the body. That's what it's all about.
I keep opening the battle cards, Tim. You don't seem to be doing that.
I'm saving mine. I'm going to have a very exciting time in the future. I'm busily letting these fine people know what all of the actual Transformers look like.
More mounted missiles. I've got enough mounted missiles to...
Well, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because it's not obvious quite how many of the star cards you really want, because where for all the normal regular rares or whatever that you're playing in your deck, 3 is probably a pretty safe number if it's good. The star cards, they're all good, but you might just not have enough space in your deck to be able to include them all in there. So Autobot Nova Star there, 3 on the defense for another truck.
It's the new meme.
7 attack on the other side. That's actually pretty chunky.
It's a car and a truck, Tim. Get it right.
That's crazy. Convertible.
She's the new cup.
Car truck.
Hello.
Truck.
Oh, it's not quite Grimlock.
It is Dinobot though. Swoop on board. Swoop on deck. We are very happy to have more Dinobots, as is, of course, Grimlock himself. What else have we got going on here?
I can't not open these. I'm just throwing rubbish on the floor as well. It's a good job it's our shop.
It really is. Do come by and visit. By the time that you get here, hopefully we'll have cleared up, or got a peon to do it for us. Oh, it's another combiner. I've got Alpha Bravo, good buddy. There he is.
On time.
Yes, I actually really like the look of the. I was a little worried. I'll be honest about how the combiner cards were going to sort of look and feel. They feel great.
They do feel great.
They've done a really good job on them. I'm really pleased with that. Obviously, at some point, once we get to the end of this box, we're going to have to see whether or not we've got any full.
We got a rare non-combiner.
It's Warpath. There he is. In bot mode, enemies can't use tough, and he has 3 defense on his own, and he's got Pierce 2. So this is the tank to end all tanks.
He is indeed.
And when he's in tank mode, when you flip to this mode, for each card in your hand, in your opponent's scrap pile that has at least double blue, your opponent chooses one of the characters and does 1 damage to it. So he's very definitely a tank to end all tanks. We will find out.
6 stars as well is a very reasonable cost for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a real metagame killer. I've got Dead End here now. There he is.
We've got quite a high percentage of combiners, which is, I mean, as we'd hope.
Yeah.
But
like, it's the sort of thing that I'm very much looking forward to the moment where we go through at the end of this box to try and figure out if we've got any that we can build in their entirety.
That'd be good.
At which point, yes, we will have to figure out how to zoom out on our camera, but I think it's going to be worth it.
Hello.
Because you can see there, like, oh, he's part of Menasor. It's just
That's an
Menasor's
arm.
giant arm. He's a big burly boy.
Pass you this one. This is a tank that might get ended.
Yeah, Megatron, 10 stars. 10 a happy sort of number, leaves you a bit of space for the star battle cards. Nice one there. When you flip to this mode, you can play an upgrade. Very solid ability. And then on the other side of things, when this attacks, you can scrap an upgrade from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. I like drawing cards. I like upgrades. I like this Megatron. All right. Let's get a few more Transformers on the go. Of course, if we weren't quite so keen to just show you all these cards, I would very much be like, let's figure out some 2-pack sealed, because 2-pack sealed has been so great for the first edition Transformers.
My one regret of opening the box like this is we're not playing 2-pack sealed.
It's all right. We'll just play that after this. Like, immediately after this, we'll play some 2-pack sealed. I've got Bumblebee. Bumblebee, 10 stars. When you flip to this mode, you can play an action, and pretty solid stats on that side. And then on the other side, when it attacks, you can scrap an action from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. This is my hot ticket for one of the cards that's potentially going to be used alongside Optimus Prime Battlefield Leader, so you got a bit of space for star cards. I like Bumblebee quite a bit.
We've got him down here. He's
Yeah, there he is. He's literally just waiting for friends.
Tim's
His old Optimus Prime.
Card.
What have we opened? What have we got?
I've opened the middle bit of Predaking.
So yeah, there is the middle bit of Predaking.
The artwork on the big sides looks great.
They look absolutely fantastic, and there is Razor Claw himself. There you can see him. One of the cool things about the combiners, even if it works out that you've not got your full big combiney plan going, is that there's loads more cheap Transformers now. Like building a team that's got loads of 5 and 6 stars is super easy to do now. And you can potentially just set up something kind of cool that way, have a bit of flexibility, have it so that you can kind of just play around a little bit in the space and have a slightly more difficult to predict team. I've got... Oh, it's another Motormaster.
Hello.
We're doing well for Motormasters. Motormaster is a common.
I think I've got one of his legs as well. Yep.
Oh, crikey, look at that. There he is. That's Dragstrip. So we're 2/5 away in fast order there.
So I know that one of the things that people are keen to figure out is how many rares on average are being gotten in a box, so we'll have to count that
We'll do a count on that before the end of things. Do sound off in the comments whether you're watching this on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever it might be.
I keep opening these. I know that you haven't yet, but this is a card I'm very excited about.
What have we got? Inverted. Why are you excited about this one, Gav? Have you got sneaky plans, secret plans for now?
Well, it seems like some decks at the minute are doing really well because they've got a lot of defense.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't really get anywhere. It just seems like Inverted is that kind of card that's at some point you just flip the game plan around,
turn a corner,
and you win.
All right, I can dig it. I've got Blur. That's what I've got. Not
Pretty
just
cool.
a band anymore. 12 stars, so when an attack does damage to a tapped enemy while there's at least one untapped enemy, you get to untap and attack the untapped enemy. So potentially, Blur gets to attack quite a bit. One man or one car attack force, and on the other side of things, pretty tame by comparison. This is a car that just wants to be a car. Is my take on it. Yes, there's less attack there, but you know, upgrade the van a little bit with something, and I think you could be in good
I'm
shape.
going to pass you this one. This is one half of the 2-card combiner.
Nice. So that's Blackwing there. Blackwing having two sides naturally, but then converting into a big old combiner as well.
Well, not so big. Just one half.
All right. What else have we got going on here?
Many cards. I'm very excited about these cards.
Yeah, I'm also on the excited. We've got Dead End
Is that
coming along.
another bit of Menasor?
Yeah, I think that we're getting close to a full Menasor here. It's nice that, like, I think that a lot of Menasor is not especially rare, so it's not crazily
I
difficult
think it's all
to
the
get
same.
to.
All the same rarity for every part of each combiner.
Oh wow! So the rare ones are going to be super rare.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So getting even a little bit of Volcanicus is
it's
a
big
good
deal.
thing.
It's a big deal. Packs getting opened.
I'd like to take this opportunity as well to point out, if anyone hasn't realised how useful these are, as a shop,
for everything we use them.
these are post-it notes now.
We don't buy or use post-it notes because Transformers has sorted out that habit.
We were
for us.
worried at the start that there would be a lot of excess rubbish.
Too much packaging. We thought.
But
Boy, were we wrong.
yeah.
Also, we wouldn't want anything to get damaged when you were opening it up, and especially now that we've got the folding combiners, I kind of like
You got
not
Blue
having to worry
Streak
about that.
going on.
So blue streak, 4 defense, 4 no attack,
Pretty
but
good. He
4
flips back
defense.
into a car afterwards as well, doesn't he?
And yeah, blue streak. We like a bit of blue
I'm
for
gonna
the
pass you
dads.
Dirge. A lot of people excited about Dirge being a card in general. How good he is, we'll yet to find
Remains
out.
to be seen. All right. Rising combiners.
Hello, we've got our first super rare.
Excellent. Which one is it? What's it do?
Springer.
All right, we're going to do this one in a bit more detail because you know it's cool too. So, Springer is one of your Transformers with 3 modes. So, Springer, while in Alt Mode 1, while this has armor, it has Tough 2. While in Alt Mode 2, while this has a weapon, it has Bold 2. And then in Robot Mode, Bot Mode, there we go.
So I believe the
While
way
there's a
that these
utility as
guys-
Pierce 3.
These guys work is that from bot mode you can transform to either of the alt modes, but whatever alt mode you're in, you have to go back to bot mode afterwards. You can't just flip between the alts.
A bit like when you were transforming the Transformers, it was hard to go straight from, like...
Well,
Like
Tim, if you're a rookie transformer expert, then I mean I can't speak for you there, but yes, sure.
That's the way they were designed, at least.
We've had a Bumblebee, haven't
We have
That-
had a Bumblebee. We've got
can
another
just go in.
Bumblebee. We've got an Air Raid. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Getting towards the bottom of our box.
very.
We're going to be opening a lot of this. I can feel it already in my waters. It's going to be great. Oh, hello.
Is that a leg?
This is Dinobot Snarl. Every time Grimlock gets wind of these Dinobots coming along, he's all kinds of interested. But yeah, there's Dinobot Snarl. Well,
Snarl's a
when
big
this
part
attacks,
of the
it's got
current
plan
Dinobot
2.
team.
And then, yeah, look at that. You can just see quite how much health
56.
there will be once you manage to get
Oh,
Predaking going.
This is the anti-Dinobots and Insecticons card at the moment.
Enemies can't use bold. Big deal. Big deal. That one. That's on the bot mode. On the alt mode, whenever you flip those mode, for each card your opponent's scrap pile has at least double orange, repair 1 damage from this. That again, pretty decent against the old Insecticon plan because they are all about that orange. All right, let's see what else we got going on here.
I've managed to. I had one job.
All we had to do was open packs, and you've managed to rip packs, but without opening.
Yep.
Fascinating. It's Predacon.
I like trying to
Rampage.
figure out what it is just from the back. Like there you go. Here's a bit of robot. What is this?
There's a fist going on there. On the other side of this one, we got some wingerdings.
Some wingerdings.
It's going to be so much fun actually
Technical
trying
term.
to make the
There are a lot of planes in
the
this
big
set.
combiners.
In a referencing wingerdings.
I mean, I must say that like
That might be the entirety of Menasor now.
Yeah, we're definitely getting close on Menasor. Like, I'm looking forward a lot to figuring out whether or not we've got a full combiner somewhere in this box, because that's just sweet, really, isn't it? Oh, it's off-road.
More Menasor.
These Stunticons, they get around.
Oh, we got another bit of Predaking as well. Stick it under that.
Yes, dive bomb coming along.
I had one job.
We're
I'm not used to the camera in camera here, Tim. You've
picture in picture is a level up for what we have going on. If you're looking to get games in, though, do come on down to the store. We will be playing this just a whole lot.
all of release weekend, but as often as we can after that as well.
Hey, we started with Mirage. We are ending on Mirage in terms of the bots that we're looking at in this box.
Oh, this is enough post-it notes to last for months.
You say that, we're going to have many, many more. Right.
So
So,
get excited about different things than normal people.
before we get on to looking at battle cards in any great depth, I've got
Just chucking rubbish on the floor. I'm clearing my desk, man.
a big old stack of Transformers, and we're going to see whether or not we can make a big picture happen.
All right, chuck me a half, and we'll try and... I think Menasor is our most likely.
All right, I'm going to give you Decepticons. I'm going to take Autobots, and we'll see where we're at. This is cool. Oh, this one's the wrong way up. There we go. That's not going to help.
He's out now. He's just looking at Transformers in the meantime. Our
Forevermore.
shop is in Stratford, and we like it here. It's nice.
It's true. All right. You like Decepticons, so you get all the Decepticons.
I like that. I like Decepticons, but I have a Dinobot in front of me, and you like the Autobots, but you got Starscream in front of you, and that's just the way it rolls.
Yes, sometimes, it's not about working on party lines. It's just about having a good time.
Stunticon.
All right. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I probably don't have a full combiner here, given that in total I have 7 combiners in.
All right,
Autobots.
this is the amount of Stunticons that we've opened.
That's a good start.
We're just hoping that we've got one of each.
Aerial Watts.
It's looking like we've got 5. So
Oh my.
here we go.
Let's have a little chuckly look.
So are you gonna zoom that camera out somehow?
I'm gonna figure something out in that regard.
I'm just gonna pass these over.
I mean, for a kickoff, I'm gonna get rid of all of these. We're gonna zoom out as far as we can to try and fit in as much of this as we can, and then we're gonna try and figure out.
He's a big old boy.
He is a big old boy. It may be that we have to kind of hold up all this.
This can only go well, right?
We can just.
All right. I got his legs
Where's his other bits? There's.
in the middle.
How are we looking? Are we getting there?
Oh, that's pretty
That
good.
looks pretty badass, actually, when you get right down to it. We've got our first full combiner, Gav.
We do. We're gonna try and put him in the picture-in-picture, or are we just
No,
hoping
no.
that this is fine? This is fine, right? Probably.
This is great. This is awesome. I'm excited because we got our first combiner,
Oh.
and now
Oh.
we got all of these to look at.
Oh. I opened mine already because
Alright.
I was too excited. So I don't know if you want to talk about them, and I can just open more.
Yeah.
This is
so
what I want
We're
from
just going
life.
to talk through the rares because, quite frankly, it's going to take us all day and night if we try and do it any other way. So,
Just sitting here beaming, thinking about opening packs. Like
kicking things off with Crash Landing. So this is for planes only. Whenever up to a character is KO'd during your opponent's turn, deal damage to it equal to its attack total to a tapped enemy. Pretty solid. I mean, with the planes, I feel like they needed a bit of help after the first set, so we'll kind of see how that one plays out. Then we got Steamroll in here. Choose one of your characters. When it does more than enough attack damage to KO an enemy this turn, your opponent chooses one of their other characters and puts the extra damage on it. This is an action that basically means that whoever's attacking is Grimlock. Right?
I think it doesn't. I believe I read on the FAQ somewhere that it doesn't interact favorably with Grimlock.
But, I mean, realistically, Grimlock is not the cheese that stands alone. He gets to work with a few people, and it now means that every one of the bots in Grimlock's team gets to make a reasonable impression of
Hello,
of
Tim.
Grimlock.
Here's one for you in Optimus Prime. It's got 2 blue pips.
I like blue pips. Let's see what it does. Energized Field. When the upgraded character defends and you flip at least an orange, do 1 damage to the attacker. Now, this one does have a star by it. I mean, realistically, that is a significant cost.
We were worried that too many double pips would ruin the game.
And this is a great way of having, you can have more double pips in there, but you're not automatically just getting to play them all for free. So they do have a cost.
I've just opened Dinobot Enigma, and I've realised that I haven't yet found a Stunticon Enigma. I think it might be a common, but I haven't been looking for it.
So Tooth and Claw we got here, which you can put on Predacons only. When the upgraded character, it can have a weapon or armor in its armor slot. So this is a utility that gives +1 attack, and basically it means that you can end up pretty well loaded up with attacks if you really need to. So that's a nice one to have in there. Mining Pick. This is a card that I'm actually pretty excited about. So
when we got there, we can transform Menasor.
Excellent. We got the full set, and that's uncommon. The Enigma, right?
I think yes, it is an uncommon. I don't know what Menasor was. I think he was a common. Yeah, everything about Menasor is common.
Excellent. So Mining Pick. When the upgraded character attacks, you get to plan 2. And whenever you put a card from your hand on top of your deck, the upgraded character gets +1 attack until the end of turn. This is a card that I think is going to end up being pretty useful in the Starscream decks. Starscream, we've not seen it in this box. Hopefully we'll see it in a future one.
It all depends on how many cards you can draw, because putting them back on top means that they're not in your hand anymore.
It's true. I think that there's... this one I'm definitely intrigued by. It's working in a different space, and I think that you can set a few cool things up with it. So we've then got combat commands. So you can only play this on your Sentinels. When the upgraded character attacks, you can flip a Sentinel from your KO from your bot mode to alt mode. If you do, then flip it back again. So the way that the Sentinels work, what they're trying to do is they're trying to do cool things with Sentinels that are already in your KO pile to transform them and achieve cool things. This basically means that you get to do more of that, plus being a utility that represents extra attack. So
all of the Sentinels have pretty great transform triggers, don't they?
Yeah, when the bot mode side of them especially.
And they all have relevant when they're in the KO thing. I don't know if you want to...
Yeah. So then we got Stunticon Swagger. This is a Stunticons only card. A few more, it seems like, cards that are specific to particular teams in this set.
I mean, there are a lot of specific teams.
Yes. The Stunticon Swagger means that enemies can't use bold or tough against the upgraded character. So this is another way that you can potentially penalise people that have got a really straightforward linear game plan.
Every time someone says bold and tough straight after each other, I've got the Milky Bar Kid song playing in my head.
That's fair enough, because let's face it, we all have. Next up, we got Marksmanship. So you can only use this to full effect if you've got a ranged character. If you have a ranged character on the battlefield, do 2 damage to an enemy in bot mode. So this is one of the first ways of dealing direct damage to a character that actually has a pip to it. So if you're a defensive deck, you probably will have a range, like, you know, if you've got a tank, for example.
Just opened a second one with a similar.
So tap one of your untapped characters that has 5 stars or more to deal 3 damage to an enemy. All of the things that involve dealing damage directly are very good, but come at a reasonable cost because they kind of have to.
So these are all like... we kind of evaluate every card now by how great would this be flipped off of Optimus Prime. And
I mean, this is... I feel like Inferno Breath, that's kind of where you want to have a team that is nothing but like 5 5-star characters. I don't mind tapping a 5-star character to guarantee 5 damage, guarantee 3 damage.
Yep.
Because you can't necessarily rely on all of your 5-star characters to be able to do that naturally. So then we got Predacon Enigma. So this is how you get to Predator King. We've also got Sentinel Enigma. I'm just going to pull out all of the Enigmas because they kind of, in some respects, you're only ever going to be playing them if you have the appropriate collection of bots.
Correct.
But if you do, firstly, they transform things. They all do something else, but realistically, the something else is not enough that you're going to be including them in your deck. So we got Inverted. We've spoken briefly about that one already. Electrified Spikes is kind of a cool one. It's another toughness thing, but it's specific to Dinobots. And thus far, Dinobots have been very, very aggressive. Nice to have a few options for them defensively. And this one does mean that even if you're a deck full of oranges, and this is certainly a card that itself is oranges, you get to add it up to a little bit of extra damage even on defense.
Slide that one in next time. I don't know if you've seen this one yet.
I've not. Ancient Wisdom. Scrap the top 2 cards of your deck, put an action and an upgrade scrapped this way into your hand. You can play Unleash Potential.
So Unleash Potential is a second action, so you wouldn't normally be able to play it. And it doesn't do anything by itself unless you've played Ancient Wisdom, except it puts a card with a star that you own into your hand, or maybe into your scrap pile. I can't remember exactly. So it lets you add cards from outside of the game into your deck.
Wow. That's very, very powerful.
So it's the first combo card that's been kind of introduced, like a full-on combo thing. So we're waiting to see if there's anything exciting to do with that.
I'm already excited. I am now looking forward to finding the other half of Ancient Wisdom and Unleashed Potential.
If you have an array of star cards, I believe there are 7. You can choose the most relevant one, some with double pips, whatever's going on, whatever you need to add into your deck at that time.
And also, I mean, depending on whether or not Unleashed Potential itself is a star card, potentially that's a way of getting star cards into your deck without having to...
Can't remember. Pretty sure people watching this will know.
Yeah, we will find out soon enough. Well,
we've tried to stay as far away from spoilers as we can because it's more exciting to open the box this way.
For us this way, yeah. Realistically, we're filming this on day of release. We're probably going to try and make a video with us playing with these cards very soon indeed. But yeah, for now, we're trying to keep our palette clean. We are sorbetted up before the onslaught that is Rise of the Combiners. So, Decepticon Crown. This is a big one, specifically again for the Starscream deck. It directly references Decepticon Crown. So you can play it on Decepticons only. Whenever one of your Decepticons attacks, you get to plan 1. Doesn't have to be the person that's got the crown on them.
So we just had the guy that's helping us film the videos just being like, that's for me. That card is for me. You're giving that card to me. And
all these cards, Gav's very covetous of essentially all the Transformers cards. It makes it very, very difficult to run a shop, it must be said. But we make it gradually. Energized Field.
I do have a Transformers shrine in the entryway to our shop.
You can't get into our shop without seeing a whole bunch of Transformers, and we kind of like it that way. Recon System. This is another star card that we've not seen yet. So while the upgraded character is battling, you flip 1 more battle card and scrap one of the cards that you flipped. So this is on attack and on defense. You get to flip an extra card and get rid of something that's just not going to be useful. So all of the star cards feel a little pushed because ultimately you have to have a smaller party to be able to use them. Hey, look, we found Unleashed Potential. We've made the combo. We're going to do it.
There it is. We've got it.
Put it all on at the same time. So there we go. Unleashed Potential. If you've played Ancient Wisdom this turn, choose a battle card you own from outside the game that has 1 star and put it into your hand. So
it is into the hand. That was I thought it might be into the scrap pile. Into the hand is significantly better.
It is. It means that the value of Brainstorm now goes up a little bit because Brainstorm kind of lets you do it all, or do a lot certainly. Get to set up having the key cards and be able to play a lot of them at the same time. Of course, if you play Ancient Wisdom into Unleashed Potential and then also I
think where it says you can play Unleashed Potential, you can just play it for free anyway. You don't need to brainstorm it in. So
but I mean, if you wanted to fetch a starred action, then you get to play the starred action immediately.
I'm tired. I'm jet lagged.
We've both just come back from America, and we're kind of feeling as we go. We didn't want to wait on this one. But there's also, I mean, you could always just fetch up one of the starred cards that is an upgrade. So, for example, if you fetched some mounted missiles, you've not played any upgrades yet this turn. You just get to play this immediately.
You've got your 25-star team, but you've also got your mounted missiles.
Nemesis Prime, you still get to play with Optimus. This could be very potent indeed. As yet, finding space in that deck, not especially easy, but very intrigued at the combination of Ancient Wisdom and Unleashed Potential. I will be trying that one out.
The Optimus Prime trigger as well. Oh my goodness.
Yes, like it's gonna get complicated, but you know what? I'm down. I'm in. I'm gonna try and make this happen. So
I'm just doing a quick how many rares we got in the box count with the character cards.
So we have got a Fog of War now. Each player chooses 2 cards in their hand and scraps the rest. Each player with fewer than 2 cards in hand draws cards equal to the difference. So if we were looking for more cards to make Shockwave work, this is another way of getting cards scrapped. It's also a white pip action.
It's the thing that we all wish. We all wish that Shockwave worked.
I think he was getting close. Like, I saw some people with some interesting decks. I didn't feel like they were quite there yet. He is a specialist. He is a big old tank. I think that there's potential for Shockwave. We've not seen it just yet.
Gee, get it right.
In terms of his defense.
There is not a lot of spaceship support.
Not yet. Next up, we've got Heavy-Handed. So Heavy-Handed here, one of your characters gets +2 attack until the end of turn. While it's attacking an enemy that has fewer stars than it gets +4. So this is essentially the flip reverse it of the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And given that the bigger they are, the harder they fall was very, very good indeed, I suspect that this will also be
another fantastic card for Optimus Prime to kill me with as our games go.
Well, you just had to play things with more stars, don't you? You're fine. Got another Stunticon Swagger here. We're not going to cover that one too much in any more detail. We've got some bumpers. Put on cars only. Bumper cars, obviously. Makes sense. Damage counters can't be moved from other characters to the upgraded character, and it gets +1 defense. Now, the whole damage counters being moved thing,
It's a planes thing.
it's a planes thing specifically, yeah. This is not something that is going to see play in every deck all the time, though +1 defense is nice.
It's a planes thing that potentially brings up the I can't get hold of Slipstream Kettle of Fish, which...
Yeah, which we're not going to start touching that one just yet, but we're going to carry on going. So we've got defensive driving now. If the upgraded character would take non-attack damage from an opponent's card, instead the upgraded character takes that much damage -1. So this is another kind of niche card to potentially avoid the direct damage that we've already spoken about being super powerful. Got some more bumpers, got some more mounted missiles. We like having more mounted missiles.
We like having more mounted missiles.
Yes. Press the advantage. So choose one of your Autobots. It gets +2 attack this turn. Choose an enemy Decepticon. It gets -2 defense until the end of the turn. So this is one of the relatively few cards that's very specifically about the divide between Autobots and Decepticons. But press the advantage essentially is a +4 if you've got an unbalanced matchup, you know, Autobots against Decepticons. It's always going to be a +2 though, even if your opponent's also playing Autobots.
Correct.
And it also has your little green pip there. We should talk about what the green pip does, because it occurs to me that we've not actually mentioned it just yet.
It's just nice.
Yeah, so essentially the green pip, when you flip one of the cards with the green pip as you're going through your regular battle flips,
At the end of the battle, you can discard a card to put that green pip into your hand.
it just gives you more versatility in terms of what you're doing. So a card like Press the
Especially with all these
Advantage...
combo cards showing up now. Whoa.
Well, Press the Advantage is an interesting one, because this is a card that its value goes up or down a little bit depending on the exact matchup you're playing.
So
if you're Autobots and you're playing against Autobots, you might just want to leave it in the KO pile. But if you're playing against Decepticons,
you want that.
This is almost certainly going to be better than
you're going to
the thing
want
you're
it.
Just a couple left and then we'll be out. This one is a nice one specifically for specialists. Intelligence Mission. Tap one of your untapped specialists that has at least 5 stars. Draw 3 cards. The specialist deck, this is the deck that draws more cards than any other.
It does draw a lot of
This
cards.
is the deck that feels like it's going to have the easiest time setting up any combos. Worth noting, Shockwave is a specialist.
It's whether or not we can do anything with those cards, though. We've yet to crack it.
And now we have one of the cards that I think is going to lead to one of the strangest, slowest turns imaginable. We have Master Plan. You get to, as an action, plan 6. So you put the top 6 cards of your hand, or put up to 6 cards from your hand on top of your deck. So essentially, this is you going, I'm going to plan for the attack that I'm about to make.
Have I been playing wrong in that I've never had 6 cards in my hand?
You've just been playing Dinobots, mate. It's fine.
All right, okay.
So yeah, with Master Plan, you're going, right, I'm about to attack. Let's make sure that I'm flipping the things that I want to flip. Then I'm going to be defending after that. Let's make sure I flip the things I want to flip on defense.
Depends how much bold you've got, doesn't it?
It's, yeah, I mean, you can potentially, I mean, given that this is a blue pip card, I feel like it's a bit more defense. I suspect that Master Plan is going to lead to some slow turns as you try and plan up exactly what you're going to do. But there are various things that, I mean, if you think about some of the armor that cares about you putting cards back on top of your deck, I feel like Master Plan, when it does big things, it will be very impressive indeed. It's just not going to be an easy card to play with.
I agree.
All right, how did our rare count end up looking for this box?
So our rare count, first and foremost, there is 1 secret rare. I mean, we've got this. I'm holding it up. I've got this special thing that Tim set up.
Autobot Springer.
And there are 4 rares. 2 of them parts of Volcanicus.
Lovely stuff.
2 of them very, very specialist, kill certain archetype
And this is one of the things that I like about the rare Transformers a lot of the time, is that many of them, it's not like they're just automatically miles more powerful than the commons or the uncommons. They're just more specialized. So once you've got a really clear idea...
They cost a star less than you expect them to, or just have 2 or 3 more health, but their abilities are quite good.
Yeah. When you've got the right plan, they will be a big deal. And hopefully, with Rise of Combiners, there'll be all sorts of new plans to do. So that's the end of our first box.
So 1 combiner, complete. Lots of parts of other combiners. Too many for me to figure out right now in the tired state that I am. 4 rares, 1 secret rare.
A lot of cards that I now want to think about for building around as well. This set seems cool. Hopefully the next video we put up will be us actually playing with the cards, but if you like, share, subscribe, all those good things, it'll mean that when those videos come up, it's going to be easier for you to find them. And for now, from me, Tim, and Gav from Magic Madhouse, it's bye.